Welcome back to Capitol Tonight. According to reports, the Democratic National Committee is looking to implement ranked choice voting like they have in New York City in their primaries for the 2028 presidential election. The voting system would be in place for primaries like here in New York in what is expected to be a very crowded primary field. Joining us now for more information on how this system works is Susan Lerner, Executive Director of Common Cause New York. Susan, welcome back to Capitol Tonight.
Happy to be here.
So do you mind giving us and our viewers a little primer on how exactly this system works?
Well, there are a lot of different ways in which jurisdictions engage with ranked choice voting, but the most common one is what we call instant runoff, and that's what we have in New York City. The voter gets a ballot that has all of the candidates, and then it's up to the voter to rank the candidates. In New York City, you can rank up to 5. You don't have to rank, you can vote for just one, but you then have the option to rank your candidates in your order of preference 1 through 5. If a candidate hits 50% or more, or 50% plus 1 on the first round, that's the end. That candidate has won. But if no candidate reaches 50% on the first round, then what happens is the votes that have gone to the candidates with the least number of votes are then transferred to their second choice. And that in New York City happens. The votes are transferred. The lowest vote getter is eliminated. Their second choice votes are transferred until we've ended up with the top 2, a final clear winner. And this system has some real advantages for voters.
And do you get this sense that ranked choice voting can lead to a more moderate candidate winning, or is there more of an opportunity for polarization?
Ranked choice voting is a tool. It will be used and be most effective for whichever candidate understands how to run a good ranked choice voting campaign. And so the ideology of a campaign or the ideology of a candidate really isn't impacted by ranked choice voting. What's impacted by ranked choice voting is that the voters have more choice and they have more voice in crowded fields.
New York City has used ranked choice voting for its primaries for the last 2 cycles. Is that New York City model the one that you'd like to see the Democratic National Committee use? I know you mentioned there are several different options.
I think it's the clearest and the easiest for voters to understand, and instant runoff has some real advantages. It's easy to comprehend, it eliminates confusion, and it gets you a clear winner. So often the winner of a ranked choice voting campaign or election is the candidate who would have run under our traditional first past the post system. But the ranked choice voting winner is the consensus choice of the majority of the voters. And so you come out with a stronger situation as an elected official because you've accumulated a majority instead of winning on a plurality. We really don't like to see elections where the winner is the choice of maybe 41 or 42% of the voters, which in New York City before ranked choice voting was what you could get. You could have your nominee be a plurality winner, but not a majority winner. Ranked choice voting allows a candidate to be a consensus majority winner.
And there is an undercurrent in national politics, as we know, of not trusting election results. And do you feel like this system, which obviously can lead to delays and sometimes in finding out who the winner is, could lead to more mistrust in our voting systems?
You know, ranking is something we all do instinctively. It's just that we're not used to thinking about it in the election context. I think when people have an opportunity to hear from more candidates, which is one of the things that ranked choice voting encourages, to be a successful ranked choice voting candidate, you have to reach out to more voters. And more voters hearing directly from the candidates means more confidence in candidates and in our elections. It's good for the voters. It gives the voters more voice and more choice. The successful candidate is the one who talks to more voters and is persuasive.
Are there any specific areas in Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani's campaign where you can point to him successfully using that system to his advantage?
Well, I think our most recent New York City mayoral race was a really excellent ranked choice voting example. We had four candidates early on in the process who were all endorsed by one particular political party, and they agreed to campaign together. And then, of course, towards the end of the primary, we saw a leading candidate cross endorse with Zohran Mamdani. So Brad Lander, who was the second or first choice for many voters, decided to cross endorse with Zohran Mamdani. And I think it's a paradigm that shows voters that we can get beyond polarization. We can have candidates who agree on many of the issues and who can collaborate instead of savaging each other. And that's a very positive thing for our democracy.
And at this point, do you feel like New York State should look to expand this statewide for primaries or even general elections?
Well, we'd certainly like to consider using it in the general election for New York City now that we've successfully had it for our primaries. And yes, of course, we should be having a statewide discussion about the advantages which we believe ranked choice voting provides to the voters.
All right, we've been speaking with Susan Lerner of Common Cause New York. Thanks, Susan, so much for taking the time. We appreciate it, as always.
My pleasure, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
You as well. Thank you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Let Spectrum News be your resource for balanced, in-depth political coverage. And click the subscribe button here. You can also download our app and watch us on TV to learn more about the candidates, where they stand on the issues, and more. We'll see you then.